Hello there, YouTube! It's Nuclear Weasel here, bringing you a deck profile. And, well, I've already done this, but it's been recently updated, so I figured might as well get it out there and try to explain it again, just in case anybody was having some thoughts about it. First off, we're going to start off with the 3 emissaries. Since Sangan was banned, these are the main searchers of the deck. They utterly get wrecked by Ryo, though. So, yeah, so these are the main searchers since Sangan is now gone. So these die, you go and search for a leg or an arm and add it to your hand. Pretty straightforward. Then we have one of the newest additions is 2 card-cards, and mine are mosaic because they look cool. Card cards are really nice because if you don't have an emissary to play, you play card and then you draw 2 cards. So it's basically a free pot of greed at the end of your turn. So you always play this last after playing everything else throughout the turn. So yeah, really good. No drawback to that one. And then we have, of course, the 5 pieces of Exodia, which is necessary for an Exodia deck. I don't need to explain it. And the Hoss is Exodius. Exodius saves you from all those hand destruction, card destructions, anything, or morphing jars, anything that gets rid of him. If he hits the grave, and so does a piece, then the game is over. And you have to scoop and go to game 2 or 3, or you lose. He's the only win condition in the deck, or the re-win condition. So if any of your pieces go to the grave, you can get him back, or you can recycle all the monsters in the grave and put out a very weak defender on your side of the field to chump block some damage for you. On to spells. Spells are fun. 3 Nightmare Steel Cages. Pretty straightforward. One of the main stall cards of the deck. Great to play. Keeps you alive for 2 turns while you build up a big defense. 3 Upstart Goblins. Draw a card. Give them 1,000 since life points aren't on your agenda to knock down. Cup of Ace. Cup of Ace is my least favorite card in the entire deck, is because, well, it doesn't help you hardly at all. I mean, yeah, you can draw 2 cards, or your opponent draws 2 cards, but you can't chain appropriate to this. You can chain appropriate to Dark World or that other card, One Day Apiece. You can't chain it to this, though, because chains resolve backwards, and this doesn't have the first effect as opponent draw. And you can't chain appropriate to it if you draw the 2 cards, so that would kind of hurt you. So, it's my least favorite one, but it's a draw, and you use them later when your entire hand is full with draws and there's no other ones. You have Dark World Dealings. Dark World Dealings is really good. No reason to explain it. Since One Day was hit to 1, this is the main card in the deck. This inappropriate wins you the game. So, definitely need to run 3. 2 Dualities. Duality is really good because you don't special summon, and I heard from a friend that Duality might be coming back to 3, and Gold Sarko will probably be banned due to Elemental Dragons freaking destroying the World Championships right now because they're so good. So I see Gold Sarko getting banned because of how good it is with them. Yeah, so if this comes back to 3, definitely run 3 in the main board because you never special summon. And then you can hold it in your hand if you grab one off the Duality, so it really doesn't hurt you at all. And then, the card I was just talking about, 2 Gold Sarkos to search for either appropriate or One Day of Peace, or any of the other double draw cards make your opponent draw. You never go search for an Exodia piece because I've had people go, okay, Leviathan Dragon, steal your Exodia piece, now what? And then you sit there and you have that dumbfounded look on your face and you think, well, F. Oh well, I lose. But yeah, don't search Exodia pieces. And then, last spell is One Day Apiece because one of the greatest draw cards or Exodia cards ever created. Unfortunately, it was hit to 1. On to Traps, which they're all playsets of. 3 Reckless Greeds. Don't need to explain it. 3 Legacy of Yada. Yeah, you don't use the second effect as the Spirit Monster. which, I mean, you could run Spirit Reaper in here, I guess. Oh no, it's on the opponent's side of the field, so I mean, it's a plus if they have a Spirit, but if they don't, you still draw a card, so it's just like another Jar of Greed. And then, would you look at that? 3 Jar of Greeds, because, you know, drawing is a key essential to this deck. And the last card in the deck is Appropriate. Easily the best card in the deck, except for Exodia itself. So, you definitely need to run a playset. These were actually really hard to come by because they're so old. Not very many people who run Exodia think of this. They all go for the Dragon OTK or any other OTK. And I actually helped a friend build this deck, and he saw how it worked, and he was very happy with how it worked. Because it didn't revolve around winning on that first turn, and if you don't win, you bust. So, I mean, yeah, if anybody storms the field while you have these, though, it kind of blows up in your face when you don't have any other response to that. So, I mean, I used to run Dark Bribes for things like that, but Dark Bribe isn't necessary anymore, as long as you draw before your opponent draws out, so definitely needed. Anyway, that's the deck. Nothing new, really, other than the cars and the Exodius. There's no defenders anymore. You go straight for the win. You don't sit back there. You take the damage, and then you go and win. And if you lose, too bad. It's really more of a fun deck and not a competitive one. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Subscribe, watch more videos. Give me any, ask me any deck profile you want me to do, and I can try to make it. Because, I mean, I have all that I really need. And all I can do now is try to make my viewers happy. The few that are there. Anyway, thanks for watching. Goodbye.